Now, I might be wrong, but I feel like you're the type of person who likes to have choices in life, especially when it comes to Magic. You also have days where you feel like you're at your peak, and then other days where you feel like you're down in the dumps, in terms of your skill set. But I guess it applies to life as well. So this card trick goes out to you people who like to have choices in life, whether they want to do things the easy way or the hard way. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn Magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. If you're joining me for the first time, howdy, my name is Vineet, and I go by CardMechanic here on YouTube. Like I was saying, you want to decide how you do your card tricks, whether you want to make them easy or hard. You may also be wondering, why would I make a card trick harder for myself? Simple, for the fun of getting away with things right under people's noses. And if you haven't tried that yet, it's a lot of fun. But anyway, the card trick that I'm going to be sharing with you can be done with two potential methods. I'll be sharing the harder method in my performance and then talking through the easier method during my tutorial. So before we begin, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And that being said, let's do it. Alright guys, so check this out. For those of you who are curious, today we're going to be using the wooden knocks, or the knock on wood. I don't exactly know what they're called, but we'll start off by giving the deck a bit of a shuffle. And actually, if you want to shuffle up the deck, you can take it, shuffle it up to your heart's content as well, because I like to let you do that, you know, to give you a few riffle shuffles, a few block cuts, a few strip cuts, whatever floats your boat. You can do whatever you want, maybe end it with one final cut, and there we go. Now, I'm going to go through this deck and make a prediction on what card you're going to select. Let's just say this card right here. Now, I'm going to keep this card in view the entire time so you don't feel like, oh, this guy is cheating by removing the card and putting it somewhere else. No, it's going to be in view the entire time. Now, I'm going to give you the deck and allow you to deal off the cards into two piles, as many cards as you'd like. You can also take cards, reverse them like this, and then deal like this. They don't even have to be even piles. You can do something like that, or you can do this, or you can put one here and like 10 here and like 2 here or 3 here, whatever you want to do. You don't even have to use the whole pile. You can just throw that over to the side. But you get the freedom to do whatever you want when dealing the cards into these two piles. At this point, I want to make sure that you're not cheating in any way, so I'm going to shuffle up these piles, just something like this, and we'll do the exact same thing with the other pile. Again, no cheating allowed on anybody's end. What's going to happen now is I'm going to ask you to name any two numbers. And let's just say, I don't know how many cards are in this pile. Let's just say between 1 to 20. Let's say 12. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Throw the rest of the cards over to the side. And this pile, 9. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, no, you want to change your mind to 10. All right. No worries. We can do that as well. Now we have these two piles. And now what are the chances that the two cards that you stopped at, one in each of these piles, add up to the card that I predicted? And by add up, I mean one of them has the suit of my predicted card, the other has the value of my predicted card. So check this out. The suit of the predicted card is a spade, because of course we have Queen of Spades, and the value of the predicted card is a 10, because here we have the 10 of diamonds. That means the card I predicted that you would stop at is the 10 of spades. And check this out, the card I stopped at is the 10 of spades. Alright my people, welcome to the tutorial. Just to give you a little bit of background on this effect, I actually don't have too much background on this effect. This card trick was actually shown to me by a friend of mine, and he showed me a very simple version of this card trick, and I thought, how can I make this kind of more adaptable to what I like to perform? Maybe make it a bit more difficult, just because I like doing sleight of hand when I perform card tricks. So like I mentioned in the beginning, there are two versions of this trick. One is going to be the easy method that I'll share with you, and then I'll add on a little bit at the end of what I changed up with the advanced version. So that being said, let's go ahead and break it down. And actually, before I do that, if you know what this trick is called, do let me know down in the comments below. It'll be very helpful. So now let's go ahead and break it down. So in the simpler version of this card trick, we're going to start off the exact same way. We're going to have a spectator go ahead and shuffle up the deck of playing cards. And one of the things I like about this trick, the simple version is completely self-working, which is fantastic. So once the deck has been shuffled, we're going to go in and make a prediction. The way that we're going to make a prediction is we're going to take a look at the top two cards, and we're going to take it as suit and value. So the top two cards in this case are the King of Diamonds and Six of Clubs. We're going to take the suit of the King of Diamonds, which is a diamond, and the value of the Six of Clubs, which is a club. Which is a 6. So the card that we're going to use as a prediction is 6 of diamonds. Now there are cases in where the cards here are this like very similar. So for example, if we had a diamond and then we also had another diamond. So if we had these two cards, if we had King of Diamonds, 10 of diamonds, we would say the suit is a diamond and the value is 10, but then this is the prediction card, so it wouldn't work. So if you end up in a situation like this, I'd recommend just giving the deck like 1 or 2 more cuts. This way you would get a card that, a combination that you can use. But anyway, that being said, we're going to use the King of Diamonds and the 6 of Clubs. So we're going to go in and look for the 6 of Diamonds. So I'm going to go in, look for that. Of course, I tell them I'm making a prediction. Found the 6 of Diamonds. I leave it in their view the whole time. If the spectator wants to hold on to it, or like you want to put it in an envelope, or you want to put it back in the tuck case and then hand it to the spectator, this way they have it, they feel, I guess, a bit more comfortable. Once that's complete, what you'd probably want to do here is give the deck a false cut, or you know, just some kind of shuffle to ensure that these 2 cards stay on top, because that's what I like to do after looking through a deck of playing cards. So let's just say quick false cut like this, and now you ask the spectator to split the cards into 2 piles. So when you start splitting the cards into 2 piles, you want to make sure the first 2 cards are dealt. After that, it can literally be anything. So what I do, this is the second card, the first card. So what I do when I'm explaining this is I say I'm going to split the cards into 2 piles, and actually you can do this, so I can hand it over to the spectator, let them deal out the cards first, and after they deal out the first 2 cards, I can say, you know what, you can actually take multiple cards and deal them out. After they do that, then I say you can actually reverse the order of a few cards and deal them out that way as well. This way they feel like you're not just adding one thing on after cards have been dealt, you're adding a couple things on, so it seems a lot more natural. And of course you want the spectator to do this because if the spectator does this, they feel like they're interacting with the trick more, and you'll get a much stronger reaction at the end. So let's just say they go through this, and now you can say you don't even have to use the whole deck, you can toss it over to the side. So now we have both of these piles created, and the 2 cards that we're going to be using for a reveal are on the bottom, so King of Diamonds and the 6 of Clubs. At this point, you can tell the spectator to take one of these packets, flip it over, and deal off as many cards as they'd like. So they could deal off like this. And again, the reason I made the change that I did was because I didn't want people dealing off cards face up. It just seems a bit strange. But again, if it's easier version, feel free to go with this. So deal until they want to stop. Toss these cards to the side. Same thing here. Deal until they want to stop. Toss the rest of the cards over to the side. Then we're going to flip both of these over. And we're going to do the exact same thing that I just mentioned, or the exact same reveal I just did, except instead of revealing the bottom card like I did in my performance, we're going to reveal the top card. So we tell the spectator, this is my predicted card. The 2 cards here that you stopped at will add up to your selected card. So it's going to be Suit. So the first pile is Suit, the first card you dealt down. The second one is Value. So first one you flip over, Suit, King of Diamonds, is going to be a diamond. Second one you flip over, it's going to be a club. Oh, sorry, why do I keep doing this? It's going to be a 6, so your card is going to be the 6 of diamonds, and you can let them flip it over, take it out of their box if it's in there. Boom, there it is, the 6 of diamonds. Pure magic. Walking through this one more time, for those of you who are curious to see how I made this a bit more difficult, and I guess for me a bit more fun to perform, is I of course started the exact same way, except I like to start off shuffling, and then I kind of change my mind, like, you know what? You can shuffle up the deck. This way they feel like it's kind of like a spur of the moment type thing. And then they shuffle, do whatever they want. Again, same deal as last time. Man, this mat keeps on moving. Anyway, same deal as last time. Once that's complete, you take the card back. Again, you make that prediction. In this case, we can't do that, so I'll give the deck a few cuts. And the card we'll be taking is the 8 of Diamonds. So I go ahead and look for the 8 of Diamonds. And again, as I'm going through, I just tell the spectator, I'm just going to select a random card. And that's my prediction. I don't tell them how that prediction will work. I just tell them that's my prediction. Put that over to the side. And now I give the deck a false shuffle. Okay, so this is much more different than a false cut. Because like I mentioned, I like to give the impression that I'm shuffling up the cards. So in my performance, what I did was, when I shuffled, I make sure the 2 cards up here stayed the same. Push that in. Seems very fair. Then I did a few block cuts where I maintained this packet, but I moved it over to my right side. And I guess this is a much more advanced tutorial, but I pretty much strip out the cards from the bottom, about 2/3 of the deck, strip out about a half of the top deck here, and I misalign it like this, putting the cards like this, and these cards go here. And then I take this middle packet, bring it to the top, take the bottom packet here, bring that to the top as well, and we maintain our 5 of Diamonds and 8 of Spades right on top of the deck. So I give it that false shuffle just because I like giving it a false shuffle. But yeah, so once that is complete, again, exact same way. Deal into 2 piles, do whatever you want. I'm not going to walk through this again because you've already seen it. So that's done, and I toss the rest of the cards over on the side. Now, the next step I'm going to talk to you about seems a bit extra, to be completely honest, but I feel like it's still, I like doing it. So what I like to do is I tell the spectator, so I've done some shuffling and I've made my prediction, and you have dealt the cards into these two piles. Now, to make sure it's completely fair, since you've dealt the cards, I'm going to shuffle them. So when I do my shuffling, I do an overhand shuffle, control the bottom card to the top. So overhand shuffle, controlling that bottom card to the top, just keep peeling away one card at a time until you have one card left, and that card is now moved to the top. Again, you repeat the exact same thing. You want to now do this fairly quickly because it doesn't want to seem like you're taking the cards like slowly peeling off one card at a time. And then there is the 8. All right, so we have that there. And from here, I open up one of these piles. By open up, I mean spread them out. And I say maybe there are about 10 cards in here. I just make a quick guess. I ask them to deal off as many as they'd like from the pile. Let's say they say 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Toss the rest over to the side. Same thing with here. However many cards you want to deal out. Let's say 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I'm letting them do this. This way they feel like they're in complete control. Toss that over to the side as well. Now, I don't reference the card on top or bottom. I just say the card you stopped at. And then I explain, again, exact same thing, except to reveal now, again, suit, value. The suit is a diamond. The value is an 8. That means the card should be the 8 of diamonds. And there it is, the selected card, the predicted card, the 8 of diamonds. There you have it, a card trick that you can perform based on how you want to get away with your method. I actually made a video a couple years back that gives you a similar choice between hard and easy, so if you want to check that out, I'll put it right over there. You'll get to see a great trick and how I filmed videos 3 years ago, which was As always, it's a pleasure having you here. Have a great day ahead, and I hope to see you in that video.